Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we had what was by most accounts our most successful run yet, certainly at least in terms of how good our build was. However, we did not defeat Kronos, so it really felt like it slipped through our fingers and was admittedly one of, if not our most frustrating run. I think the big takeaway there is that in the Fields of Mourning in particular, we need to take way less damage. We're getting too sloppy there. As for this run, I'm thinking we just go one more run down, and then regardless of what happens, we'll go up for the next one. Because it feels like, obviously we're very close, but we're hitting a bit of a wall trying to defeat Kronos for the first time, which I have heard some people saying is a difficult barrier to break through. So maybe best if we switch it up a little bit after this one, and we can potentially experience a whole bunch of new things, and I'm pretty sure a lot of our crafting recipes and various upgrades require resources from going upward, and so that could also help us improve going forward. So I guess we'll throw on the torches. It's been a little while since we last used these, but they do have the bones bonus, and in general, we've had decent success with them in the past. Now, I don't really have a plan for how we want to build around them keepsake-wise, or boon-wise for that matter. I do kind of like starting with the Silken Sash, because I think that is generally the safest way to go about doing it, and probably still use Luckier Tooth toward the end of the run. The question then becomes middle of the run. Do we go for a specific god or goddess? We can play that by ear a little bit, I suppose, and maybe throw in either this or this if we don't have anything in particular in mind and are just looking for a short-term boost. So we can figure that out as we get there. I think we did make some upgrades for Arcana, increasing the rarity, or at least we were eyeing doing this even more. But I don't necessarily know just how far we're going to make it. Will this be our first successful run? I mean, we'll find out.
I will not fail.
Interesting. Okay, so we had been getting hammers in the first room for basically every run for a while, which is not a coincidence, as I think I was mentioning in the previous run.
Those fancy silver weapons of yours. Trying to sort out who exactly could have made such things, or when. They're the nocturnal arms, ain't they? Meant only as a last resort, but here we are, I reckon.
Okay, it has been a while since we last saw Hephaestus. Specials occasionally create a blast. I mean, he has very high damage, it's just slow. You sprint, use 10 magic, create a blast that deals damage to nearby foes. Whoa, that's a ton of damage from the dash. That's a little bit tempting, to be honest, although it's a little bit out of the ordinary. This, we've seen many times before, but oftentimes only at or near the end of the run, at which point we say to ourselves, it's probably not going to have that much time to pay off for us. But at the very beginning, tell you what, I think we take that.
Such strength.
Okay, so spend a little bit of, magic, so we get the damage bonus. Break some of those. And was there something else in here? Am I making that up? I'm making that up. Okay. Ashes it is. Oh, we did switch some of our Arcana cards around a little bit so we can re-roll one room. But I don't think this will be the one we're looking for. Once we get further along and potentially do have a plan for what we want to see, then that may be where we have a little bit of a stronger opinion. That was not really the place to drop the cast. Please go away now. Because I don't like you. Now, granted, we went with a defensive boon, so it would be nice to get something more offensive soon. Oh, there's a ton of stuff in here. Break this, which admittedly is surprisingly difficult to do with this weapon. Mine this.
I'll use this well.
Okay. Now, alright, I mean, we have to take the hammer. These guys are, well, all of those guys are annoying. Oh, okay. I was holding one of the buttons down and it didn't do anything, which I wasn't a huge fan of. I think it was the cast. Maybe we still had the cast down and that's why it wasn't working. Okay, really? So this is what I mean. It's not a huge deal all the way down in Erebus, where we have plenty of time to, oh my god, heal back some of the damage we've taken, but It's silly damage like this that just makes me really mad at myself, really, honestly, because I know we can do better than that. And sure, you know, you run into 1 or 2 of those, and it might not make a huge difference. But you run into them 5 times, which I don't know if we got quite that many, but between the roots and these guys, it was probably pretty close, and that damage does start to add up quite quickly at that. Okay, specials destroy 20% of any armor. Charge special creates +1 flame, which we've not taken before. Your specials grow in size and deal up to +25% damage the longer they are active. So I do really like the special on the torches. I think it's the best type of attack that they have. Is the charge special the way to go? I mean, maybe almost exclusively for the prophecy purposes, since we have not yet gotten that one. We'll try it out. Okay, I guess we'll go bones here, since I think we have been getting a little greedy. Oh, okay, that does seem pretty good. That does seem pretty good. It is going to cost us a ton of magic to do that, of course. Please don't do that. Okay, thought I saw something. Oh, I did not see something else. All the other something else's are over there. Wait, why is this not costing magic? Well, now it did. Wait. But that's not the first time we did that, and we were on full magic. Like, mid-room, which seemed very strange. I don't think we have any way to restore magic. Okay. Now, we royally messed up Selene in the previous run, so I do want to be much more conscious of the way that we approach her this time around. Granted, we do have some synergies already with the charge up cast special upgrade from the hammer, because that does require that we spend magic to do it. And as I've stated previously, I do not like these enemies. Sam, I am. I do not like these enemies one bit. Okay, that was not ideal either, to be honest. Okay, it's definitely not going to be the only wave. As we saw previously, these guys actually caused quite a bit of trouble. Oh, we did make that upgrade, where if we sprinted to shades, they can help us. And I didn't really know what to make of it. It sounded cool, but I had no idea just how effective it was going to be. But I think it did kind of help taking out one of these guys. Okay.
And now for you.
Yes. Go away.
A moon drop.
Okay. Moondrop, you say? Wait, that's terminology from Pyre. Did she say that before in Hades 2?
I draw you down, O moon.
Is that the term she used?
Long have I been the eye of night, watching you grow and train in secrecy, knowing that upon some evenings such as this, we Silver Sisters would make our stand. Shall we go?
Okay.
Now.
So, as I said, we royally messed up our Selene stuff last time round. Taking things that gave us healing, which theoretically could have been useful, although we were probably looking for passive damage. Well, healing wouldn't have been a bad thing, because defense was where we were falling a little bit short in the previous run. More importantly, we allocated all of our magic by priming, so we couldn't spend any magic and therefore had no chance. It was quite literally impossible to use a Selene Hex. So just want to be a little more mindful of that here. Hex launches a seeking projectile that inflicts morph. This does not work against bosses, so I'm not a huge fan of it. Raises a slain foe, is a little bit inconsistent as well. I think we take this. Do we have 70 magic? We do. We do, so it is possible. And I suppose we're going to lose this once we exit the room anyway. So if we want to, we can just test it, because I'm not even sure if we've taken this before. That is extremely slow, but oh. Okay, it looks cool. It's a Kamehameha, basically. Okay, I don't think this is going to be the last room, but no, it can't be the last room before Hecate, because otherwise this wouldn't be a mini-boss. So yeah, we could go to the shop, but I think we probably do take our chances here. We did blow through most of our armor. I mean, technically we could re-roll this if we don't want Hestia. How How do we feel about Hestia? We don't really have a strong opinion yet, because we have basically no boons. But I'll be honest, though, I am half tempted to re-roll this. Sure.
How about...
Yeah, why not? Okay, so we don't have much in the way of armor here, is the tricky part. Oh, that didn't really work out all that well, did it? I saw that it was up and I was like, oh, let's give it a shot. But we are taking, as I have said previously, more damage than we ought to take on several levels. Really? We don't have the magic for that anymore. It's just that we have so little direct damage.
Aid me.
Oh, we ran into a little shade that helped us out. I do appreciate your assistance. Just want to get rid of your armor, please. I don't know if I've ever seen you use that attack. Okay, now you are very straightforward. So yes, we did lose our armor as we anticipated we probably would. We can get some healing, of course, in between rooms, so not a huge deal that we took as much damage here as we did. You know, we're not going to be up at max HP after this, but we shouldn't be that far off.
As the sapling struggles to grow, so too must we push ourselves to discover our truest potential. Behold my power over life and death. May you find
It's
yours.
very dramatic phrasing from Demeter.
I could switch boons.
Ooh, we could for higher rarity, although I think it's probably too early in the run to be getting rid of a boon, or, you know, not net gaining a boon. I do really like... This is, for what it's worth, more or less exactly what we were looking for in the previous run. I forget if it was the cast or the special, but one of these two things to get the freeze effect, which we deliberately did not take from any other god or goddess because we were waiting the entire run to get this boon, and we never got it. So we might just take it here. I think we probably do.
For my mother.
Okay. And I guess we don't really have a choice here. It's gonna be Psyche. Oh, and it might end up being Chaos as well. Like, I'll be honest, was basically charging that up, even though I didn't really intend to do that. I meant to charge up for this instead. We just really would love to see a special upgrade. Sure, why not? I'll be honest, aiming that is kind of tricky. Because it is not quite as precise as I would like to be. It kind of only moves in relatively large increments. Okay, so we have the Chaos Room, but before we go down there, let's see what we have
Some
here.
of Lord Charon's wares.
Okay, so we can restore health every time we enter a location. We're still not on max health, and we will take 13 damage going into that room. So there actually is something to be said for taking the health, especially once you consider that when we get out of the Chaos Room, we will definitely have that effect active for the Hecate fight, and whatever the negative effect of it is, might be significant. So I think there is definitely a strong case to be made for that, and then this obviously would also be active for Hecate, which is maybe not a huge deal for her, but it would be kind of helpful. And we haven't taken this before, and there's something to be said for it because it does help us to complete some prophecies, but I still don't really think this is the time. Let's do this. I think that might be it, and we'll tempt fate a little bit by going into the Chaos Room. This is the kind of thing, though, that has come back to bite us a little bit in the past, because when we do take some silly damage in early floors, like we have in this run, it just makes it a little trickier to take these kinds of risks going into the Chaos Room, voluntarily going into mini-boss fights, those types of things that, when they go well, are certainly net beneficial, but they are higher risk.
I've blood to spare.
So we don't have that much blood to spare, but we'll take it. Just checking for bonus stuffs, because that a fishing spawn? Can't really tell. Not that we have the fishing rod, but we've had decent success as of late actually getting crafting stuff from the Chaos Room.
The goddess Demeter is set for war and lends to you her wrathful strength. The mother of your mother has experienced fighting titans, her predecessors. All have grown so numerous that very little common ground remains.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, next 4 encounters, your sprint is way slower. But afterward we gain a bunch of magic. Next 4 encounters, every time you attack, you take 4 damage. Afterward we get a bunch of healing. Now, I'll be honest, our special is our primary source of damage. If it weren't for the impending Hecate fight, I would say we could probably get away with this, I should say. But I'm not sure we can avoid at least having the option of spamming the attack button a little bit in that room. This isn't bad. We know Hecate is coming soon, so the room reward won't matter much for that. We might accidentally go into a free boon or free palm room instead of going into that shop right before Hecate, but that wouldn't be the end of the world. Otherwise, I mean, it is 6 locations, so it's probably going to last all the way into Oceanus, but I'm kind of tempted, given how we are sort of building around that charged special, and it does cost us
The risk.
magic to do that. So it makes that much more sustainable. We're still looking for some pure damage, though. Like, namely, a boon to actually make our extra specials do better damage. And there's another good example of it's a little annoying getting up close to those guys when there are that many of them. So it is nice. Oh my god. It is nice to have the attack available so we can get extra range. Or we could do this. Can this go through? Okay, yes it can go through little rocks we had in front of us. But that was another good example of how it's not as easy as you would think it would be to aim precisely with that. Okay, so that was bones. We didn't have a choice anyway. So this might be the last room before Hecate. I feel like it's always shop and then other thing, either boon or sometimes palm for free. Oh, or health. I don't know if that's actually true, but in my mind it is. So sure, we'll try this. Hoping for shop. Oh, okay, no, we're pre-shop still. Oh.
Nemesis.
There you are.
Hello. What was that? Was that Freenos trying to attack Nemesis?
These wretches were nothing. Back when we used to spar, almost never got a clean hit in on you. You'd always slip out of the way.
What choice did I have? One clean hit from you was more than I could take back then. But I've been practicing.
You're tougher, yeah. Though by how much? How about I hit you right now, and if you can take it, you'll get this nice reward I found. Deal?
Is she actually serious? Or is this just gonna play out like the normal Nemesis encounters? 'Cause this is not usually the way that they start. Oh! It is different. Have we ever seen one of these before? Or am I just forgetting it? Free hit. Invite Nemesis to take her best shot. She will deal 20 damage. But wait, what? But we gain 25 max health in addition to, I mean, we functionally gain 5 health right now and then can also still heal up? Why would we ever say no to this?
Say no more. Catch.
I mean,
Cheers.
yeah, we'll take it. Okay, no idea what that room was gonna be. Was that the only thing in this room was just Nemesis? No enemies after? I mean, usually we would fight enemies either with Nemesis or, you know, like against Nemesis technically, or she would appear after we were done maybe every once in a while, but I don't remember her ever replacing the enemies altogether. Okay, admittedly, more rooms than I thought there would be before getting to the boss fight. So that is surprising me a bit. That was close. We obviously still have no idea what this room is going to give us. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not yet sold on the hammer upgrade that we took. Like, yes, it can hit a lot of enemies. On the other hand, it just doesn't deal a lot of direct damage. Okay, that's not a great reward. It doesn't deal a lot of direct damage. So, it really still feels like we need something else, probably, ideally, a very strong special boon to make it actually do more. Okay, this is the last room before the boss fight, and it is just a palm, which probably would have preferred the other room in that case, which would have been a shop. So we can upgrade the cast, or we'll upgrade this. Oh, that's how we also get magic back. Okay, well, maybe we were not as much in need of this specific Chaos Boon, but that is pretty insane magic restoration across both these things then. So we should be spamming Selene all over the place, and we already have been. What does this do? It just increases the magic restoration. Now that feels like that might be kind of overkill. I wish this was making us take less damage instead. I mean, this isn't making that big of a difference either, to be honest. But I feel like once the Chaos Boon evolves, we are not going to be worrying at all about magic. So we might as well take that, even if it's not great. And this is obviously Hecate.
Ignium.
Excuse you?
I sense that Demeter is with you once again. I suspected she would either be among the first to lend support or to refuse.
Could you not have told her about me, Headmistress? To have lost her daughter and grandchildren. I cannot imagine her sorrow.
It was a painful choice to leave her in the dark. She would have gone to war immediately, but our task requires patience, as you know.
Alright, so we do not have the best of stuff to work with here. So we have basically no damage. I wish I was exaggerating, but I really don't think that I am. We get you from here? Oh, okay, well you can get me from here, and you're not the real Hecate. So that was not the smartest of moves. It's basically that cast, and pretty much only that cast. Oh, I'll be honest, I lost track of what direction she was facing. Okay, we have honestly, the Selene Boon is going to be our primary source of damage, which is kind of sad, but hopefully we're spending our magic enough. Oh, well that's unfortunate timing. Hopefully we're spending... Oh, calling out our Selene Boon? But yeah, hopefully we are spending magic enough that that becomes a little more reliable. Relative to other times when Selene is a little bit more of an afterthought. Okay, well, I did kind of just walk right into that. I will give you that. Hey, definitely could have dashed through that. Okay, never mind. Oh, it's this one. Well, that was the real Hecate. Lucky guess. We'll take it. No, don't do that again. Okay, I'll be honest, there isn't really a great place for us to hide. Okay, and we can, now use this. We will wait until she changes phases, though, or at least goes out of this. You're gonna do a double attack? You were not gonna do a double attack, so I will do this. Oh, you're right. She really likes to call out the Selene stuff, because I'm pretty sure that was... Oh, Selene call out as well. Really feels like she's being more aggressive with her little circle blasts. There we go. Okay, wow, they are all over there. Did make it a little bit easier to drop one of those and take them all out. Oh, there's multiple hanging out right next to you. Okay. Really? You had to go straight into that phase? Okay, that is the real one. I missed. Not again. Alright, we will use the Moon Blast once she gets... Oh, hold on. Well, that's actually a good time to do this. If I hit you, that is. Okay, nope, bad time to do that. And that sort of hit you a little bit. Oh, we don't have the magic for it? I'm honestly very surprised. Oh, we don't have the Chaos Boon evolved yet. That's a big reason for that. There we go. Slow, certainly. The Selene Boon actually did make a pretty big difference, though.
All your enemies beyond succumb to you as readily.
Okay, so we'll take that. Oh, what do we have here? I would not have seen that. Thank you, Freenos. Okay, so let's head on down. We should heal
My chaos curse
almost, if not all, of the damage we've taken. There's the Chaos Boon evolving, so now we should have very reliable magic restoration. Do that. We do have full health now. Oh. Okay, I do still want to take a peek at this stuff. Let's see. Restore life, don't need that. Could get ashes, although don't really need that. Ooh. This does not have a scroll next to it. Apparently we have taken it before, but I do not remember doing that. I mean, it certainly would work best if we had the Demeter boon that gives us max health anytime we pick up a seed, but I feel like that's really something you want to save for when you're holding the shovel, which we are not doing right now. What, if anything, do we want to build around here? We could, honestly, could make a decent case for taking the Moonbeam here and go really aggressive with the Selene stuff. And this is never a bad thing, so to speak. I don't really know what specific boon we'd be looking for from a god or goddess, and maybe more Hephaestus stuff, but can't really say definitively at this stage. Let's go with this. We've used it a little bit in the past, but did we want to pick up the seeds? Nah, we'll be fine.
Farewell, Erebus.
Okay, a little bit more health and magic. Let's just double check. What exactly does the Chaos Boon do? Every 1 second, 10.5 magic. So theoretically, I think we should be totally fine from a magic standpoint now. Unless we start priming a whole bunch of magic, which maybe we'll end up doing at some point. Okay. Not too bad. Oh, I did not even see the projectile that you threw, but sure. Okay, I do see that one, though. I do also see this, which was wholly unnecessary, and did completely miss, at least initially, and I had to dodge out of the way of a projectile. We got no value out of it, but that is the nice thing about having as much magic restoration as we have now, is we don't need to be too worried about getting a perfectly optimized hex. So we can spam them pretty regularly. That should get you. There we go.
What a stench.
Okay. Get some extra health. Get some of this. And now, I think technically speaking, the upgrade to go up to the surface, which requires some crafting materials, it requires a mixture of these two things. I thought it was Psyche that we needed more than anything, if I'm not mistaken. Then again, we have gotten some from Freenos doing his thing, so maybe we still go Ashes here. Let's go Psyche, in large part because I think... Whoa, that's a lot of enemies. Because I think there's one more grasp would help us a lot. if I remember correctly.
Too hot for you?
Or too cold. So here you see just how valuable the Demeter Freeze is. That is about to go off. Which is why we were so dearly missing it in the previous run, in what seemed to be a perfect build. It was the thing that we still wanted to see. Okay. So we've not yet gone to a shop. We do have a lot of coins. We do not have the downside of the Chaos Boon anymore, so we could theoretically see the final shop before going into the boss fight. But even with that being said, I think we'll still have enough coins for us to benefit from going to 2 shops. I think we can get pretty aggressive here.
You're not particularly close with your brothers or sisters, are you? When you chance to visit us, Nemesis all but ignores you.
It is pretty cold. Then again, that is kind of Nemesis's thing.
I know, it's just...
Okay, so now this is not great. To be honest with you, I'm pretty disappointed, because I think we're taking this for sure. I mean, yeah, there's something to be said for getting 20 armor, but it's a pretty steep price to pay for not a huge benefit. If we still have the Selene keepsake, then it would give us some potential to further increase our armor, but that's no longer what we have, so that doesn't really help us much. And I don't think we need the magic because we have so much magic restoration. So let's take this. That gives us this Charon card, which is nice.
Well, we must remain in close communication as best we can, even if it means employing the services of your underworld's boatman every so often.
Whoa, whoa, let's not take shots at Charon here. He never did anything wrong. Okay, so sprint causes nearby foes to get struck by lightning bolts, which does cost some magic. Then again, as we were just saying, we have a ton of magic restoration, so that's not really that much of a downside. And if anything, we it just makes it even easier for us to set up this lunar ray. Let's see, after you take damage, foe struck by lightning. This was the other boon in the previous run that got super highly upgraded along with our attack. Wasn't as important as the attack, but it's a little bit hard to see exactly how much value this is giving you. It's a little bit indirect. Well, you have no more than 10 magic, all foes occasionally struck by lightning. Oh man, if we got that in the previous run, that would be up all the time. I did not even remember this was a thing, but imagine that. I assume it would have been permanent uptime, because we had all of our magic primed in the previous run. Oh man, more of what could have been. No, I think we're going with one of these two, because we are very rarely going to have only 10 magic. So... I don't know. Go with... I kind of like the sprints that give you actual movement speed, and that is not the case here. So maybe we take that, even if I'm not a huge fan of that either, to be honest with you. Okay, I don't really think we need the coins. We'll go for the mini-boss. It is, obviously, a little bit more of a risk. See which one we get. It's always this guy. It's been a very long time since we last saw... That is huge, alien. It's been a very long time since we last saw, what is it? Uh-oh? Is that technically the name? Something along those lines. Every time, man. And by every time, I mean it's happened twice in this room where I've been surprised by just how big that AoE is. Maybe don't stand right in front of all of those. Oh, where are you going? Okay, I know you're going to do the melee attack. Granted, you were frozen, so we might have had enough time to still... Oh. That was a little greedy. Okay, I see that coming. Oh, just doing the melee again. Where'd you go? Well, that was supposed to be this. Doing the ranged attack, that is. Thought I recognized it. Okay, well. Come on, get back here. Where'd you go? Okay, theoretically, we can just spam this now. Or use the Hex. But given how this is a sure thing, and I'm not sure if the Hex is going to stun him, let's just keep it nice and simple.
Out with you, servant.
Okay, oh right, and we did pick up a nectar earlier in the run, so we technically could gift to somebody. We already have the keepsake from Demeter, so I don't think that she is the person we're looking for. Oh, he says as he accidentally presses the gift button.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, specials deal more damage and inflict freeze. Now, technically, stacking freeze on multiple different boons is a little tricky, just because I think there's a universal freeze cooldown. But that being said, it is epic. It's 80% increased damage, and freeze is still certainly nice. So I think this is the boon, or at least I hope it's the boon that we've been waiting for in many ways. Okay, and we are still seemingly kind of light on boons, so I feel like we do go with Hermes here.
Olympus.
Oh. Okay. Sure, I mean, we aren't at full health. We could gift to Hermes. It's not a terrible idea. I forget exactly what his keepsake does in Hades 1. It is not one that gives boons, or affects your boons, despite him being a god that can give boons. So maybe they changed that? Let's see.
I'm glad you're here, Hermes, and it's an honor to finally be working together. To our swift victory.
It's been a minute since I got an offering. Cheers, Em, although you needn't have. But here, I've just the thing for you.
Nothing like a quick
Metallic
exchange of gifts.
droplet? I don't think that was the name of his keepsake in Hades 1, but I might just be forgetting.
At least the family knows about you now. Always wanted to say, message to Olympus. Persephone and Hades had another kid, and she's all right. But Heck knew we had to wait, and she knows a lot. So my lips were sealed.
Alright, I think that's saying something. Oh my god!
Spring in my step.
Okay. So, for what it's worth, my, what is this? The A key on my controller was permanently pressed down when I accepted, or when I opened up that page. So I did not even get to see what all those things were. The button just became unpressed as soon as the first option showed up. And I'm pretty sure it was a common boon when all the other options were higher rarity. So, I mean, we'll see what we got from that, but I'm fairly certain it's not going to be something we wanted. Was it this? Whenever your hex is ready, move and strike fast. Oh, well, okay. That's actually not terrible. That's actually pretty decent. Even if it's common rarity, our hex is going to be ready pretty often. So that's not too bad. And, I mean, we don't really care about this, so I think we're going to take this. Probably means at this point we're going to have all of the gods and goddesses that we can possibly get in one go, in one run. So functionally, you know, we're locked into the gods and goddesses we've already seen. We're not going to... You deal damage when you first pop up?
Cold, take you.
Okay, let's maybe not get hit by those. Hey, everybody. Care to actually take damage? Thank you. Oh, maybe he was immediately using one of those projectiles, and that's why he dealt damage at the very beginning? Okay. My button is not permanently pressed right now.
Gorgeous, I can barely see you anymore. And what a shame that is for me.
Why can't you see us?
Where are you anyway? Caught somewhere underneath the sea itself? Your father's realm is very vast indeed.
Is it just because of where we are in the underworld? Okay, dash blast foes near you where you start and end. Which is tricky. We've seen stuff like that in the past. It's hard to get that to... hard to time that properly. I think we have a bunch of... Oh, I thought we had a bunch of water elemental. We actually are even between water and air. We don't have this yet. But we get a few more air, then suddenly we have 15% chance to dodge, which this early on could certainly help. any max life rewards you find have greater effect, plus 40%. Early enough that that also could pay off for us. This, technically this doesn't have an immediate effect, nor does this. I was going to say this might be the tiebreaker since it works right now, but not unless it gives us a heart. I don't think it does, though. I mean, we could maybe act on the assumption that we can buy a heart from the shop, which is probably not that far away, given how we're pretty close to the boss fight. I don't know. Okay, once again, it's a matter of Psyche versus Ashes. I guess we'll go Psyche. Whoa. That's a lot of dudes. Yeah, I'll be honest, I still don't really feel like we have any damage. Well, I guess once we get this going. But maybe I'm just spoiled by the previous run. But still. It just doesn't seem that effective. Oh, okay, hold on. Look out for that. Okay, now the hex is up, which means we are theoretically faster. There is a mini shop here. Technically, it is possible to get max health upgrades from the mini shop, although it is pretty rare. Okay, this is nice. Oh, we are about to have the trap go off. It is nice to be able to just totally spam the special button. Oh, it's the trap that hit us. I was like, why are we taking increments of 1 damage? It seems strange. No, don't do that. There we go. Okay, took a little bit of damage there, but not that bad. Hold on, where'd the actual reward go? Right in front of us, obviously. But I walked away from it. And what is this? So if this were max health, then we would almost certainly take it. Hold on. We take less damage? I mean, that's kind of helpful, because this is almost certainly going to be active for the boss fight. This might help us in the next shop, but I am kind of expecting we might see a shop as one of the potential places here. Yeah, I think this is the penultimate room. So... or that will be the penultimate room. So coins we spend here is coins we don't have in the shop. We do spend, we drop to about 300, at which point we could purchase both a boon and a heart if those both show up. We wouldn't need any health restoration. So we're basically maxed out there. I think we can afford to take that then. We go here. Now if we did this, we'd be at about 270 minus 150 from a boon. We're at, oh wait, no, we have just enough for this, right?
Should help.
I think we have just enough where we can do boon plus heart if those two things show up, which is kind of what we're hoping for. It's not what we got. I was hoping that this would, I mean, it's less expensive than heart, so obviously we can afford it, but this is going to get higher rarity, sure.
Hear me on my authority.
Okay, we don't have an attack boon yet. Lightning bolts may strike one more time, 15% chance. Bolt cast to aim where the binding circle appears. That is very useful. It also strikes foes with lightning. I mean, we already have... yes. The freeze effect and a little bit of damage from that on the cast. Combine it with this, and that is exactly what we wanted in the previous run. But, I mean, this is... wait. After taking 120 damage, that's the threshold for that to then deal 160. That might be worth doing. That is a lot of damage. This is useful, but I think we do this. We have enough ways to freeze enemies between cast and special that we can maybe get a little bit greedy in that sense. Okay. Improve our special damage even more is awfully tempting. I think we do this. Yeah. Okay. So, still don't feel great about where we are right now in terms of our build, but we'll give this a shot. Oh, what was this? Oh, we did. Yeah, right. We did the take less damage. Okay.
Thank you for your service.
So I think we're going to have to take this really slow because we don't have a lot of damage.
I know it's dark down here, lady, so just follow the sound of my voice. Here we go!
I see those coming. That's where it would have been helpful to have been able to place that down. Oh, I see that coming as well. Alright, fine. We'll focus on you. Oh, and your stun attack, which, okay, I did walk straight into that in large part because I had planned to dash out of it, but I was a little slow. Her stun attack... Oh, hold on. That's not hitting you? Okay, we got like 2 hits out of that. Wonderful. Maybe you were not the best target for that. I see that. You're stagnant, which does help for damage purposes, especially with the special. Okay, you're immune. You guys are right next to each other, which is very convenient. Oh no, I was about to... No! I was gonna shoot at the drummer, and then I saw that she had immunity on right as I was starting to power that up. And then switched over to Skilla, only to, of course, realize that she was not going to take damage either, because she had her back to us. Is there a limit to how long the what is it called, Blitz effect will last? To be honest, I really have never bothered to try to stay in that area when she has that attack active, but there might be something to be said for that. So don't stand there. Like this, for example. Okay, well maybe don't walk straight into that. Okay, now we have to go. Knew that was going to happen after. She always has that phase where you're supposed to attack her, followed soon thereafter by the phase where you're not supposed to attack her. We did squeeze in what I was looking to, or the cast, in that time. Just barely. And I will come back for you. So you are definitely still the easiest target. Yeah, but it's your stun attack. The guitarist's stun attack, which doesn't deal damage to us, but it does trigger Zeus's boom that makes us deal damage to enemies that deal damage to us. So it is very convenient in that way. Surely, yeah, you're gonna go down to that. Okay. So now you can get clever if you want to. So we know that Skilla is gonna be the last enemy. We know Skill is going to be the last enemy, so you can either go after the guitarist quickly and try to get to that last phase as quickly as possible, or you can say, well, the last phase is annoying because Skilla summons in all of those little fishies, and we'd like to minimize the amount of time where we're in that phase, in which case you focus on Skilla here. Okay, well, yeah, I knew we were going to walk into that one way or another. A little bit of chip damage on you. Ideally, okay, I got stuck in that corner. All right, now we're forced to go after, what's her name, Roxy? Because she is the only person left now. Or well, because it doesn't want us to kill Skilla before we kill Roxy. Yeah, see that. Don't run away. Trying to get the curse effect on you. Like that. There we go. Come on. Surely that'll get you. Okay, honestly, The damage wasn't quite as bad as I expected it to be. I feel like the specific behavior, the way that some of the enemies move in this encounter, namely the stationary drummer, and the other enemies that sometimes do stand next to the stationary drummer, made it so we could get extra value out of the special. And I'm not sure we're going to get that same type of benefit once we start facing Cerberus. Oh.
Reeks in here.
But this is the key here now, I think, is we have been making a nasty habit of taking way too much damage on this next floor here. Okay, we did pick this up. Let's see. You move, strike, and channel 20% faster for the next 200 seconds? When does that 200 seconds start? Huh? Is it like from the moment you take it, you're on a timer? So you want to clear rooms as quickly as possible, in addition to just making you faster? I mean, that does make sense, given Hermes' thing about speed. But we still have yet to get any benefit out of this. I feel like... Well, it is, I mean, it's a little risky. I guess we're really hoping to get some Selene stuff showing up on that floor. But, I mean, I guess we'll hold on to it for now. Oh, and we are kind of broke at the moment. Oh, this is what I wanted to see earlier. You get the max health upgrade, and we have that boon from Aphrodite that makes it even stronger. But can't afford it. Can't afford it. Okay, so can we find a way to take less damage on this floor? I mean, we have some range, and we have a bunch of freeze effects, so that's good. We have still what feels to be pretty lackluster damage, and that's not good, because that means it's going to take us a while to take out the enemies, and they have more time to deal damage to us. Do like the max health. The magic we definitely do not need, but we don't have much of a choice. And that's, speaking of magic, a little bit more magic. Try to freeze you, ideally. Yeah. Okay, that was nice. It was these guys who, in the past, have not been a huge issue for us, but in the previous run they were, for some reason. But that is the bow.
Show me the way.
Okay, a little magic here. Let's take that. Or rather, a little coinage there. Why are you not frozen and everyone else is? Okay.
Pure gold.
How much is that worth? Just 20? I mean, honestly, we're broke enough that it kind of does matter, so we'll take it. Okay, I think the priority, not that it makes a huge difference, but the priority is probably still health. Doesn't seem like there are many other enemies loitering around. That was very close. Almost autopiloted straight into that. Yeah, we had it up, so I figured why not. I swear I dashed twice out of that, and we just changed direction instead. So that was, you know, a little unexpected. But you were just enemies who were hanging out, who were not affiliated with this encounter. I guess we didn't get rid of all of them. This is just a ridiculous number of Medusas. Okay, so I think the key really is patience, and we've already been a little impatient. Well, they do have a slam attack, a melee. The Medusas. I did not realize that. Come on. There we go. Okay.
That's that.
So rather than just being, what is it usually, plus 25? It's now plus 35. So we're at 170 total, which is pretty high. Obviously, we still... Oh, hello. We still have some potential for that to grow further. I'm going to do that proactively. I'm going to do this proactively. Did I... Oh. Yeah, it might help to actually initiate the encounter. Okay, we can also do this. I swear we were outside of that circle. I beg to differ. Okay. So yeah, we did take a little more damage than we would have liked, and if we're not careful, that definitely will add up. The good thing is that at least we got a little bit more max health, so we got a little bit tankier from that standpoint. Mini-boss with Hephaestus, who honestly I think might kind of be the missing piece for us to get more damage. On the other hand, we just keep on getting mini-bosses on this floor, and I feel like that is playing a fairly big role in the amount of damage that we are taking on this floor, so I'm deliberately just going to avoid it on this occasion. Please get frozen. Please get frozen, sir. Thank you. Did the other one go down? Activate this. Okay, little ashes right here, right on top of us. We'll take it. Now I am kind of curious with little coins as well. I'm kind of curious with this room or this floor in particular, since there tend to be just a ton of these shades around the perimeter. Do they can we summon them to help us? Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Like when we dash into them, do we summon them to help us? Because that's a thing that we have seen recently for the other guys. Okay, you're gonna do that. Just a little 20, but we'll take it. Starting to get a little bit better from a coin standpoint. Okay, so speaking of coins, I don't think that's the top priority, because that is not going to give us any immediate benefit until we can get somewhere to spend the coins. So let's instead get this first if we're trying to min-max. There's a lot of dudes over here. And a lot of guys to aim at. Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. There we go. Okay. Not bad. Oh, Moonbeam has ranked up. Okay, that's our keepsake for Selene, which we still have not really gotten the chance to benefit from.
In the name of Hades.
Honestly, even if we got a free little mini Selene boon, that would still be helpful. Okay, we did see this before. We passed up on it because we didn't have enough air elemental stuff. We do now. So that is a strong consideration. This is just tough to get timing-wise. Whenever you exit a location, if we have 70% health or more, we get back up to 100. We might be high enough up health-wise that could be useful. It's another one that I feel like the earlier you get it, the better. This as well, though. We have one more set of enemies in this room before we move on. I feel like we still take this.
A boon awakened.
I think they're both strong, don't get me wrong. I think we take that. Also, maybe don't run straight into those guys. Good thing I was not autopiloting straight into the thorns that time. Okay, I don't like these guys. I mean, the big werewolf dudes. Oh, we do have the hex up. I mean, it is nice just how little our hex costs. It means we can spam that thing a lot. As you know, we are spending a lot of magic very quickly, which also helps. What the heck was that? Was that a terrain kill? Because that was pretty crazy damage. I don't want to be standing close enough that you can still hit me once you're done being frozen. Please get frozen, though. Please get frozen, though. And or let me do this to you. There we are.
You
Nice.
shouldn't have crossed me.
Now, if we were to get one of those upgrades that gives us
Could get going now.
gold or something else every time we do a cast, then that would actually be incredible. Okay, so we don't have the shovel, but we'll take it.
Oh,
I mean, if you insist. I won't say no. Oh man, the game really wants us to do mini-boss to get Hephaestus, but I don't really think we can turn this down. What was our most recent boon that we just got? Was it Aphrodite? I think so, which may end up being what we get here. But let's see what our options are. I can't remember if we saw Echo in the previous run. I think we did. Now that we have 15% dodge chance, there's a chance we could go for dodge chance here as well.
I mean, I think he's sorry. Think he's sorry. He's sorry. He's sorry.
Now, she would be someone I'd also be interested in gifting a nectar to see what keepsake she has, although I don't think we have any more nectars at this point.
He had no idea what happened to you. But he remembers you, and he didn't mean to hurt you. So please don't take it personally. I think he only loves himself. He only loves himself. Only loves himself. Only loves himself.
Okay, let's see. So yeah, gain 50% chance to dodge, but lose 2% each time you do a dodge. So that gives us a total of, what? Now 65% chance to dodge, which is pretty insane. However, the problem with that is that it can actually detract, I think. I assume that it can go beyond just removing that 50% chance to dodge. It can then go even further and also remove this 15% chance to dodge, at which case, at that point, it's negating this boon as well. Gain 50% life and magic based on their limits, but lose 5% after each location. We've seen that before. I don't think we've taken it, because it just doesn't seem like an exchange that's all that worth our while. I'll be honest, I'm kind of close to just taking that. Simple coins, which is very underwhelming, but might do it anyway. Because I just don't know. The long term, this might backfire on us. I mean, it is still, we still take it. At least in the short term, while it's still a high percentage chance to dodge, it is, without a doubt, still very valuable. Okay, I think we have to go here for Selene, just because we have Selene's keepsake, which is now even higher level than it was before, and we are spamming Selene's hex like crazy, so we have a lot of potential to benefit from upgrading that even further. Hammer obviously isn't bad. The magic is. But the alternative is, okay, max health, which we would have gotten more value out of. Palm, maybe not a huge deal, and the coins, helpful, but probably not game-changing. Okay, a little bit of extra max health and magic. That's definitely not the one we're going to prioritize. Hello. More max magic, which I'm not thrilled about. Okay, that was a dodge. We already wasted our first highest percentage chance to dodge. Oh, that's a mini Selene, which honestly is extremely valuable. Please go away. That also missed because we dodged, because we took damage that we probably shouldn't have been taking in the first place. Please just go down already. Okay. So, we have 4 to work with. You use -5 magic, less than before, to recharge your... So we recharge the hex more quickly. I mean, that's not a huge deal, but it's kind of helpful. During hex, take 10% less damage. We are stationary while we're doing the hex, so that is a little bit tricky. Hex has plus 40 power per 1 second, so the longer we channel it, the longer, or the more damage it's dealing. While Hex is not ready, deal more damage. Now, in the previous run, that's what we were looking for. In this run, not as much, because we are spending our magic so quickly that I think we want things that activate during the Hex, or every time we use the Hex. Ooh, what is our attack boon right now? We can't see it. Isn't it the Zeus one? That, ooh, yeah, does the blitz damage after enemies take a fair bit of damage. So if you keep on hitting the same enemy with the Hex, then that will have a little bit of a feedback loop. I do like that. What do we have all the way on the end? Because we have a full Selene boon coming our way later on in this room. Hex continuously aim. Oh yeah, and there's no sideways action here, so we kind of need to commit. But yeah, so your Hex continually aims and fires on its own from where you use it. That is kind of helpful, because honestly, that's been the biggest issue, is just sometimes I start using it, and an enemy is coming up, and I need to dodge out of the way to avoid getting hit, and that cancels out the Hex. So I assume this kind of gets rid of that issue. Alternatively, fires 3 beams in a fan pattern. That's basically... Oh. I mean, I was... Hades 1 spoiler. You probably know. There's a significant moment in time when that is a thing in Hades 1. Hex deals damage in an area at the endpoint. That's kind of nifty. But I feel like I'm leaning toward this. I mean, if we can get even more Selene stuff going on, then better still. I think we do this. Don't know that... Yeah, we can't make it all the way there just yet, but... Okay. We are expecting to get more value from Selene stuff. And she said 2 more to go. That's definitely not true, though, because that was not a full-blown reward. That was just a little mini bonus reward, I think. Right? Pretty sure. Well, let's find out. Yeah, we still have the full reward. Okay, so this is almost certainly what we want to prioritize. Oh, there's a mini nectar. Have we seen that before? Well, honestly, the Selene keepsake. Also, strong case to be made for that, but we'll go for this. Okay, got the werewolf dude as well. These guys are annoying. Hex is up. That's exactly what I was referring to, though. The enemies rush us down, and suddenly not able to get as much value out of the Hex as I would have liked. Okay, that was also very bad. Oh, that had enough range to get us? I am shocked. He's coming for us. Don't mind me. Big dude is down now. Very nice. As you can see, those guys can cover a lot of ground with those mortars, whatever you want to call them. Sneak around this way. Kinda, sorta. Ideally without getting the attention of those other dudes. Now I think you're armorless, which should theoretically make it much easier for us to get in there. There we go.
Now for what's mine.
Which is not this one. It's this one. Okay, so probably looking for special stuff. Almost certainly looking for special stuff. Channel your charge special 20% faster. Use less magic. I'll be honest, using less magic is not great for us, but I do like the charging faster. Specials are 60% faster, orbit where you fire them. Special has plus 75% power, but dissipates after striking foes. They're all specials, which is great. What is best? The base damage, hold on. What do we have for special? Plus 100% special damage. So we get 75 base damage, then that theoretically seems like that would scale really well. They're faster, orbit where you fire them, rather than circling around us, which is a little bit safer. It's probably the biggest difference. And then this is faster, and which that does make it a little bit safer as well, because we aren't as vulnerable when we're charging up. But I don't love the not using as much magic, because we're trying to use magic. So I think we take this. I think we go for the direct damage, because that's kind of the thing that we are most in need of right now. seems like a well, duh type thing, but I think that is just very plainly the case. No, don't do that. Stop doing that. You're forcing me into burning through. They're over there somewhere. You were forcing me into using some of our dashes, which I don't like. It's probably not that much of a percentage we have left to dodge anymore, which is why I was a little hesitant to take that. Alright, now we're going here, I think.
That one again.
Yeah, this one again. Needless to say, don't like being forced to face a boss. A mini-boss, but... Oh, you're gonna do... Ooh, okay, hold on. Get rid of you. Okay. Hide behind here real quick. Little mini-bosses doing that phase. I know we have the cast. Just looking for a good time to do it. Like that, for example. Okay, got rid of you. That should get rid of you. Now we can just focus on you. Okay, way bigger damage. Okay, now this, let's see. Okay, so we have 3 now, which means we can go all the way to the end here, which I think is what we were trying to charge up for, unless we go here. That's not nearly as valuable. Okay, so it's what? A little bit more damage per second. Do we have any other ones of those, or is that the first time we picked that up? Okay. During Hex, take less damage, so we don't need to be as concerned about getting hit while we're in it, and then this is the thing. Well, once we have that, means that I don't think we are much concerned at all about getting damaged while we're in it, because we can just drop the Hex and then run, and it'll still keep going. That's at least my understanding of it, but I might be misreading it. Okay. Oh, I thought I did this.
Smackers.
Smackers indeed. Oh. Right, the Smackers are the guys, are these guys that we're shooting at right now, not the Million Punch dudes. Although the Million Punch dudes, you could make a case for them being called Smackers as well. Okay, so yes, there we go. We can just leave it alone. It'll do its thing. So much safer from that standpoint. Oh, hold on, look out for that. You stop that right now. Okay, so we really don't need this, but, I mean, we'll take it.
I can get out now.
Isn't anything over in this corner, right? It didn't show us that there was anything. That's pretty sure where we came in. Okay. So yeah, we did take a somewhat sizable chunk of damage in here, but on the other hand, we did get a fair bit stronger. Okay, so this does look like the last room before the boss fight. Let's just check out what this is. Granted, there is a shop there, so we might want to save the coins for that.
Something I need.
But we could use this. And how much does it cost? 39. We could still afford a boon or one other relatively big thing. Unlikely we'd be able to afford 2 big things, but it's possible, especially if we happen to see a golden urn, which admittedly I've not really been looking for since we got onto this floor. But I think we do still go... you could make the case for Hermes, to be honest. But I think we'll still go here. So it presumably would have been a free, quote-unquote,
There's something.
Hermes boon. Okay, we've 24 of those. I don't know if we've ever used it, but that's why I mean that, or what I was referring to when I said I think there are a lot of recipes that we may not yet be able to do in large part because we need Some resources you can only get from going up, which we obviously haven't done yet. Okay, now this is painful. This is painful. Because we're getting a Hermes boon that costs stuff instead of getting a free Hermes boon, and then we cannot afford any of the other things. So unless we were to pick up the heart instead, which honestly I might even do, obviously it would usually be worse than the Hermes boon, but we are getting extra value from it. It's not 25, it's 35 extra health, courtesy of this life affirmation. So, I mean, that could be reason enough to go with it, but let's take this though. I think that's still yeah, because that's probably reason enough to take this. Each time you slay a foe, deal more damage the next 30 seconds. Now this can be amazing. Not as much in boss fights, although in phases where they summon the ads, it can still be useful. Range shot slower, even that's not bad. How useful is this really? Does that really equate to an extra 18% damage per second? In which case, it might actually be better than this. You know what? I think we do still take that.
Pick up the pace.
There were several good options there. Okay, so we're going in with almost full health, but obviously we've not done as well against Cerberus as we had on our first few attempts. Okay, now we do this. We don't need to stand there, which is really helpful. Okay, that's unfortunate though. Don't want to be there. Can you just, yeah, have that go off, please? So this is the phase where it might have been helpful to have the extra damage from destroying enemies. Because there were a lot of them. There are still a lot of them. Ooh, that was not great. Oh, hold on. Okay, honestly, the Selene boon is kind of carrying. Oh, I walked into one of those. Okay. Okay, I don't really want to be there, though. Not really sure where I do want to be. Back here. Oh, he ran away. Okay. These guys are annoying. We can do this, though, and although might have preferred to have saved it for Cerberus, this phase is annoying enough, at least when it's these guys, that I think I'm okay with doing that, and especially because we might be able to charge it back up in this phase still. Yup. It is that easy to get it charged up. Honestly, I might just deliberately farm on this guy, because now it's up again. There we go. Is that gonna last long? No, it's not gonna last long enough. Okay, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I proactively dodged and everything, and you still hit me. A little annoying, but... There you see just how much damage that does, and it is pretty nice. Okay, can you do the explodey thing now so that I don't need to be stuck there anymore, please? I thought that was going to be enough to get the hex up. I need one more. Now we can just do this, which is also very convenient. Honestly, I might deliberately do it again. Just blow through magic even when we don't necessarily have Cerberus directly in our sights. Just so we can do this more quickly. Because that really adds up. Saw that one coming. I'm gonna do this again. even though he's nowhere near us. So we can do this. Where'd he go? There's a good opportunity to do that. And there we go. That might be our best Cerberus fight yet. It's starting to take shape.
What constitutes mere playtime for the terrifying Hound of Hell is ended for the while.
Okay. The build is starting to take shape. It took a little while for us to get there. We were trying to figure out what the damage, where the damage was going to come from.
You're looking better already.
But starting to see it. Starting to see it. There's really nothing in this room? Apparently not.
I'd best switch keepsakes there.
I agree. I'm surprised that Malinois said that, though. So we have now gotten the value out of this keepsake. So I think we will probably, as we have often done, go for the luckier tooth on this floor. It gives us an extra Death Defiance. We haven't used any yet, so that is good. I mean, otherwise, if we had a specific god or goddess, it's probably too late to get much value from that. You could just take a dice roll on the Transcendent Embryo, hope you happen to get a good roll here, because whatever you get initially is very likely to be what is lasting all the way to the boss fight, but I think we're probably still keeping it simple with this. Check what we get here. After 4 encounters, restore health. We're on full health right now, so not sure that's a huge deal. Next 12 Charon item with duration will instead expire. I don't think that matters, because any well item is, if not lasting the entire time, very close to getting us all the way to Charon. This, for example, I think expires on the last enemy room before Charon. Cast is not really our primary source of damage. If we got special damage there, I would definitely consider it. But I think we're just heading down.
Here goes.
All right. I think we're just heading straight in.
Central control. Just need a moment.
All right, express route is set.
We bid you a
Oh, I was gonna say, where are they?
They never learn.
Oh, I walked into that, but that was in part because I wanted to charge that up to absolutely annihilate you. Might have been a little bit overkill, but we can kind of be a little bit overkill, given how often we can use this. Kite you into it, because we can. A large AoE. That wasn't the last enemy? I am very surprised. Okay, I'm doing that just so I can do this. Once again.
Cold, take you.
That is the plan. Drop that. Please go down now. Thank you. Alright, longer room than I expected,
4 more chambers.
but only 4 more chambers. That was close. That should give us this. Oh, did still get hit, but so did they. Come on, go down. You're almost down. You know you. There we go. You know you want to. Okay. Is it only those 2 enemies of that wave? Oh no. It's you hiding over here as well. Sure. I mean, we can still attack even when that's going off. Drop that. You might have blocked in its entirety with your shield. If so, that's a little unfortunate, but we got rid of you, one way or another.
To the house shall go unpunished.
Okay, I feel like we went a long time without finding any of those golden urns, so I'm pretty sure we might have missed one at some point. Okay, obviously we're gonna go for Hades, but let's just see. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Okay. Oh, speaking of golden urns, I almost walked straight past both of those.
Daughter, tell me what became of the Witch of the Crossroads, should you know. When all seemed lost, your mother and I, we left you in her care.
Yeah.
And she has cared for me ever since. Prepared me. Though we had best not speak of her in these chambers. Suffice it to say, the unseen remain in shadow.
Is that how we refer to our friends back at the crossroads? The unseen?
Good. She was... well, as you say, we'd best say nothing more. Though if you have the opportunity, extend to her my deepest gratitude.
Alright. So... can we see how much of the dashing we still have? And how much it's depleted from that echo boon? Does that feel like it is? We've probably blown through it in its entirety. But it hasn't replaced it, or that hasn't gone away. Hold on. Not that. Not that. Oh, it's this. Current dodge chance 8%. So is that of the starting plus 50? Or does that also include the 15 we had here? Because there's a big difference between an 8% dodge chance and a 23% dodge chance. Okay, summons fewer reinforcements. More damage for each spent Death Defiance. We have 3 remaining. So we aren't getting any bonus damage at the moment, but we will get more as time goes on. We go with that. I mean, I guess we take this in part because we haven't taken it yet, but also I'm not really sure how effective this is, and this we've just found to be kind of tricky to use effectively. So I think we just go for that.
That I can spare.
Okay. Let's head out.
Cerberus, take care of him, okay?
Didn't even try petting Cerberus this time, but Cerberus has not been all that keen on helping us as of late, or not all that keen on letting us pet him as of late, I should say. Please don't block all these. Okay, well, we did hit the one that was already almost dead, so there is that. But we'll take it. Oh, is that a trap that got us? You guys are annoying. As we have previously established, you guys are annoying. Not really sure who I was aiming at there, but I guess we'll take it.
And now for you.
There we go. Yeah, I think we did take a little bit of damage, but not too bad. And we have now 24 of those as well, and those are theoretically pretty rare, because you can only get them on this floor. Okay, I don't think we're going mini-bosses on this floor. I don't think that is a risk we really want to be taking. Generally speaking, I don't think that is a great idea. Okay, yeah, we have great angle. Sort of, kind of, with that, maybe, a little bit. Okay. Just ignore that I took a moment to destroy the golden urn instead of fighting the enemies in front of us. That's not important, okay? This angle, ooh, that's very nice. Except for the part where you dashed out of the way, but it was almost extremely nice. Oh, how many parts are there to your attacking combo? You just did not stop attacking. There we go. Oh, I walked into that one. Oh, he was about to hit us as well. Okay, we'll take it. Taking little bits of damage in basically all these rooms, as is probably to be expected in many cases. Yeah, not gonna go mini-boss though, as we were saying. Keep it simple. This is not the time. to be taking huge risks. Okay, there is a mini shop. It is, of course, coming just before we would have our full-blown shop. So we want to be mindful of that, don't want to blow through all the coins that we would like to be spending there. Ooh, I walked into that. And that as well. Blocked a lot of that, but not quite all of that. More golden urns. Okay. Sneak up behind you to do that. Then we can, focus on you. Usually right up next to you is the safe place against that enemy. I'm definitely getting rid of you. Oh, and rat dude. Oh, there are so many of these things. So many projectiles as well. Please go away, all of you. That is not really the angle I was looking for on that, but I guess we have no choice but to take it. There we go. I'd like to get rid of you, and then use this on you. Okay. Did not expect for you to pull off a last-second attack to absolutely destroy us. Let's see what we get here. Okay, so we don't have that many locations left to restore our health, but I think we have, what, walking into the shop, then walking into the Chronos fight, so that's at least 2 rooms. Random item, cast damage. How much coinage do we have? A little over 600. So if we take this, we'll be a little under 600. I think we might have to take that risk. I know it doesn't give us a ton of time to benefit from this, but we have a lot of health, a lot of max health. It's like, I don't know if it will round up to 18, but that's basically 36 healing. To be fair, it's not a humongous number, but it is something. I think we might take it.
Out you go.
So yeah, no choice but to go to the shop here. It's 22. Oh right, plus our healing that we already had. Okay, so granted this was exactly 600, you know, we kind of accepted that that was going to be a possibility, that we were going to get priced out after doing that.
You made it here in all the clamor, Lord.
So I think we're going to have to settle for this, and then this, because we definitely don't need the magic. I mean, you could say we prefer Zeus over higher rarity Hephaestus, but I think we still do this.
Olympus, I accept this message.
It's another Charon card. Do we want to swap out our... Remind me what our attack is. It's a fairly high rarity Zeus spoon. Not sure we want to do that. You enter location, prime magic, start with 15 armor. It's functionally 15 armor, and the priming magic doesn't make a huge difference. Being impervious for 12 seconds at the start of the Chronos fight, it's not bad. Might take that. It's a pretty long time. Don't have to trade anything for it. I think it is, you know, this is basically half the damage from one hit. This probably saves us more than one hit, so it should be better than the trusty shield. So I think we do take that.
My silver's come alive.
And then we take this because it's the only thing we can afford at this stage. We'll get a little bit of extra healing going to the next room. We won't be at max, but we do have all of our Death Defiances, including the one from our keepsake right now. So that's something. I don't really want to gift to you, so I think we're just heading in. And we'll see what we can do.
You waste
There's loot in this room? That's devious.
A moment passes, then another, and another. I have names for them in every measure, you know? The very brief ones. The ones that linger.
If you're quite finished, I'll try not to take up more than a few of the very brief ones you mentioned.
Okay.
I understand the need to cut time down to smaller bits. I do. Hours cut down to minutes. Minutes cut down to seconds. Because the whole of it, my girl, is too much to fathom.
Alright. Okay, so we are immune at the beginning, so we want to just face tank him as much as possible at the beginning here. which I think means charge this up as much as possible. Wait, that's... Here you see just how long that time period is. Oh, please aim this at him. No, what? Excuse me. That is nowhere near where I wanted you to aim that. Granted... Oh, okay, that hurt a lot, but we can get our hex back, as we have now. Now it's shooting at him, or at least was. Just flow through this, because we can. Okay, I do see that. Is that a good time to get him? He teleported out. Okay, I did read that one, actually. Kind of, sort of. Okay, wait for it. I think he's immune during that. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. That's a lot of friends. Don't mind me. Oh, that missed him! Dodge out of the way of that. Oh, that's, to be fair, not the attack that I thought he was doing. Thought he was doing that. Are you doing double attacks now? No, not yet. Waiting for you to do one that takes a really long time so I can do this, but I guess that works too. Make no mistake, that is absolutely still our primary source of damage. Let's just charge up this. Ooh, don't stand there. Please make up your mind where you want to be. That works. Ooh, I was slow to dash there. Knew it was coming, obviously. Are we safe? Don't stand there. Okay, don't want to be there. What I really want is to get that when he's in that mode. Come on. What was that even aiming at? Okay, I did nab that. Safely, mind you. Which was a bit surprising, even to me. Oh, now he's doing double. Or triple. Okay, so is it once he gets to half health when he starts adding more pieces to his combos? Let's see. 'Cause that was 2. Didn't see it through. No, don't do that. I'd have to destroy these things just so that our hex does not target them. There we go. Solid damage. Waiting for you to dash after me? You didn't. That was basically all of our dashes, or our dodges. We just flew through there. Okay. Ooh, I don't like these guys. I do not remember you summoning these guys before. They're kind of a pain, I'll be honest. I think I'm about to use it on you. There's 2 of them? That's even worse. Don't know what he's doing. Okay, I'll drop it. I just really want to get rid of these guys. They are annoying me. Honestly, even one of them. Ooh, I did not really pay attention to that, I'll be honest. Is that getting Kronos? It is getting one of his friends. At the very least, that's a bad place to stand. That's a bad place to stand. That was also a bad place to stand. Subsequent attacks like that. That was the triple combo. Yeah, we are close to blowing through our first Death Defiance, but given how far we've made it thus far, I'm okay with that. To be honest, it's not the value I was looking for from the Hex, though. Oh, that's the wrong direction to dash for that. Nope. Not quite. Not quite where we want to be for that. Oh, I got stuck. Yeah, he did catch us, but he didn't really do anything about it. That is an unfortunate place for you to be during that phase. Okay, first phase done.
It took 6 full-grown gods to thwart me once, not one mere child.
Okay, so it has been a little while since we last got to the second phase, and we've only done it a couple times. One time we went down almost immediately, so trying to remember what the keys are here. Remember, we need to run onto the clock face number when it lights up and everything else goes dark. Then there are just a ridiculous number of different sources of damage, and we don't have a good feel for, if you feel like you're going to get hit by something, which thing to prioritize. So that concerns me, for sure. Hopefully, you know, we have enough stuff that we can just kind of drop to deal damage while we focus on dodging, that can chip away at him. And we haven't gotten to this phase of the fight since the patch that I think made Kronos weaker a little while back, so maybe the second phase will be easier this time around, but who knows? So here we go. It starts off by us running to one of the spots. So we do this, and we deliberately do this, because we're already charged up and ready to go. So I'm going to do that. Okay, I don't think we want to be on those, I'm assuming. I don't know what this means. I have no idea what this means. Can you just stand there, please? Thank you. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. That was very close. We were on the opposite side, and that just started directly on top. Okay, that feels incredibly cheap. That feels unbelievably cheap. It just started directly on top of us. I also don't know where we're supposed to stand for this. Okay, can you stand? Yep, right there, please. Are we supposed to be there? Are we not supposed to be there? I still don't really know. I think we are supposed to be in here. And we're not supposed to be there. I missed with the Hex. It's back. We go here. Can we hit she? No! That's not what I wanted to hit. I didn't even know you had. What? Extra enemies during this phase. What the heck? How are you supposed to dodge out of that? That's insane. There's no safe place during that. That's just ridiculous. And how are we supposed to avoid taking damage here? Okay, I see that. I see that. And I walked into that. Okay, I'll be honest. Our damage there, just from the Hex, was kind of carrying. I think that was certainly the closest we've come to taking him out. The bigger issue there was, as I alluded to, just not having a good feel for, we just haven't seen that phase of the fight very much. We don't know what deals damage, or how much damage different types of things deal, and you know, where it's gonna deal the damage, how quickly those things move, and all that stuff. Like, I ran into the clock hand a few times, which dealt 40 damage each time, which I'm pretty sure is more damage than almost anything else does. So that, I think, is a big no-no. And maybe is the primary thing that you try to avoid during that phase. But I'll be honest, if we hadn't done that, we might have had that boss fight just then.
Almost got there. But then almost isn't good enough, is it?
Because I didn't catch exactly how much health he had at the end, but I'm pretty sure it was less than half.
This old unfinished painting. Don't look away. Don't forget all that the Titan took from you.
So that was interesting, that run, because we didn't have good damage for a while. And then ultimately, it came down to some special upgrades that honestly weren't even our primary source of damage. They were mostly just a way to crowd control enemies and burn through our magic quickly, and then Selene Boon, absolutely, at least from a damage standpoint, the heavy lifter, no question.
Protect you.
I'm kind of tempted to gift it to you as well, because I have no idea what your keepsake is, because you're obviously new to Hades 2. So let's give it a shot.
Lord Moros, as our honored guest, we wanted you to have this, to make your stay a bit more comfortable.
The nectar of the gods. Thank you, Princess. I've not received an offering before, though I do like to come prepared. So here, from me to you.
All right. We do get the engraved pin. No idea what it is, but we'll take a look at it in a little bit.
I learned what happened to the Fates, Lord Moros. Or rather, how Kronos discovered where they were. It was Chaos who led Kronos to them. Chaos, of course, seems to regret this now, and I don't think had any ill intent.
Oh, that is a lot of information to take in. It does make some amount of sense. Kronos having free reign in your father's house, eventually found his way to Chaos, then coaxed this vital information out of them. Then he ambushed the Fates as part of his plans for conquest.
Okay, that checks out. That's what we had heard.
You're taking all this better than I would have. Come to think of it, I've never seen you angry.
You're seeing me right now. It's just, my anger changes nothing, typically. So Chaos now is working to undo some of the damage caused. Kronos removed one thread in the Fates, but created another. Perhaps an unwise trade.
That's an interesting point.
Making a mockery of Chaos seems unwise to me.
Yeah, I mean, likewise with the Fates.
You returned.
Ooh, I do not like how, at the moment, we are unable to craft anything, but maybe after we pick up some of our plants, that might change.
Headmistress, I have a message from my father that he asked me to relay. He sends his deepest gratitude.
Lord Hades told you this. Whatever for? He rots in his own prison whilst the Titan ransacks his domain. My charge was to safeguard the realm, and I did not.
Father spoke of when he left me in your care, when Kronos struck. He must have feared the worst. Now he knows I'm well. All thanks to you.
No, Melinoe, all this is thanks to Kronos. Your father would do well to save his gratitude ere we settle certain scores. Oh, speak not to him of this undignified response. I merely was taken aback.
Of course, I understand.
Okay. Hecate, a little flustered, it seems. Right, now we did get several Charon cards, so we can afford the Moondust shipment, and I think even if it takes a long time, that is still worth it, because it's a lot of good stuff there, and it would cost us a whole bunch of bones if we were to purchase that directly.
Again.
We've even more? Oh, maybe this gift is from the bath salts? We could try doing that? I don't know.
Don't worry, you didn't miss much while you were out. A lot of standing around, chanting prayers for your victory and protection. How'd those work out for you, by the way?
We came awfully close, Nemesis, I'll have you know. Closer than I think we've ever gotten before.
Fine, thanks. And your own lack of support is a more significant motivator than you realize.
You know all about lack of support.
Oh, well that's pretty mean. I mean, again, I kind of think that Nemesis has no redeeming qualities, but that's sort of her thing. Alright, so can we do this? Did that actually work?
I suspect I know the answer, though I don't suppose you want to pay a visit to the springs? Clear our heads?
I assume she's about to reject us?
Oh, appreciate the invite, but I'm on guard duty right now, probably until time claims us all. And this suit takes forever to get on or off.
Okay, first of all, we know that first part is has never stopped you from trying to intercept us during our runs. Also, the second part is totally bait. The Supergiant knew what they were doing when they wrote that second part. I'll say that much.
So how has Nemesis been faring out there? Taking matters into her very capable hands. Not making too much grief for you, I hope.
So you know already. And Headmistress must too. Nemesis is being Nemesis. discovering firsthand our task is not as simple as it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Say no more then. Though if she becomes too intent on impeding your results over achieving her own, we'll step in.
Okay. Thanks, Odysseus.
It won't come to that.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Okay, so we can harvest
Full grown.
some of this stuff. Oh, also we would have wanted to have planted new stuff before going to the bathhouse anyway. So that does not change anything. Might it influence what we want to plant, though? Nightshade for this. Can't get garlic. And all this stuff, those are things that we've already done. Okay, so this was the thing that gives us the crafting resource we need to unlock the path to the surface, right? And once again, although we did by many accounts have our most successful run yet, which is saying something given how our previous run was also very good, but didn't quite get the job done, I think we'll still go to the surface, or at least go upwards on the next one. I'll keep my word on that.
Essences of shadow to the surface rise. It'll be worth the wait.
Oh, it takes 12 turns. Okay, well in that case, never mind. I guess we're going one more downward. So at this point, we don't really have any insight as to what type of recipe we're trying to prepare for, so I think we just go for whatever the rarest thing is, and that is wheat. I mean, unless you want to get a mixture of things and say that maybe that's why we don't have anything available to us right now, because we need a wider variety. Have we tried gifting to Hypnos yet? Nectar, that is? Because that could have been interesting to see if he would have responded to that. I don't even think we had the option to offer bath salts to anyone else. No? Okay. So in that case, I mean, we could potentially double check if there's anything worth picking up from the Wretched Broker. But let's see where we stand here, because we did just spend a somewhat significant amount of Psyche to get that purchase at the Cauldron. So no, we cannot upgrade our Psyche here. I think we would like to get it, so we can just throw this back on, because we had to drop it in order to make room for you. But maybe it's not super urgent. Okay, apparently it's the axe is the next bonus bones weapon. Now, we had a little more success with this the last time we used it, so maybe that's not too much of a hindrance for us.
Welcome to the vanguard of the underworld. I trust that the enchanted tooth I proffered you has proved invaluable. Although since you're out back, perhaps it wasn't quite valuable enough.
I'd surely not have gone as far without your keepsake, Commander. Though, why is it known as the Lucky Oak Tooth? Was there another of its kind?
It's an Easter egg to Hades 1. I'm curious what he says, though.
Oh no, it is truly a unique artifact procured in my travails. An artifact with which you'll cling to life as might a sailor on a sinking ship.
That's very vivid.
Okay. Okay. Oh, if we sprint for those guys, oh, it does! It does show us what the effect is. That's interesting. So there actually is a functional purpose for these shades being here. It's 50 damage per shade, it seems like. Which, I mean, is not a huge deal, but every once in a while that'll finish enemies off, which is kind of useful. We did get 1 or 2 new keepsakes that I am curious to at least take a peek at. I think we looked already at this one. I'm curious how far we got Selene's boon, or Selene's keepsake ranking wise. It is up to rank 2, we saw that. Okay, and it takes a while before it'll get up to rank 3, but alright. And this, after you fall to 0 health, become impervious for 10 seconds. If no foes remain, restore 100 health? That is crazy. What? It's like Luckier Tooth, except that it isn't Luckier Tooth. If you die, you have temporary invulnerability, but you have to get rid of all of the remaining enemies in that 10 seconds. If you do, then I assume that means you get that 30 health, and that means that you don't die / use a Death Defiance. Whereas if there are still enemies remaining, you would. So it's an alternative take on the Lucky Tooth, that requires much more aggressive use. I feel like for our purposes, Lucky Tooth probably does still make more sense because we're typically using this against Kronos, and if we defeat Kronos in that 10-second period, then we didn't really need it in the first place. Well, I guess, if it was our last Death Defiance, then it does technically still give us 10 more seconds. So maybe that would have been enough in the previous encounter. Actually, hold on. Wait a second. With 10 seconds to deal damage, not worrying at all about taking damage, could we have finished Kronos off there? I would have to see exactly how much health he had at the end. Maybe if we had the Hex already up and ready to go, might have actually been close. And I am curious, when you upgrade this, I'm guessing the thing that improves is the amount of health that gets restored, not the duration of the imperviousness, because if the duration of the imperviousness increased, then this could actually become busted. It might already be busted. I'm kind of intrigued. I'm not sure what to make of that. So who knows? Maybe we'll test that out at some point, either in the next run or at least sometime soon. But this is still a good place for us to wrap up here. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.